Hi, everyone. It's Sandra Howdigi, your sales executive at WFG, also Assemblywoman Sandra Howdigi, proudly representing Assembly District 41. I thought it would be a good idea to share on a weekly basis some of the housing bills that passed this legislative session, just to keep you guys up to date with everything we need to know about our industry. And so I want to kick it off today with a Senate bill that I think is really important for our industry because a lot of the real estate partners I work with are also property managers. And a lot of the real estate partners that I work with also know a lot of investors who buy properties to rent out. And so with that, let's go ahead and get started with Senate Bill 381 and what you need to know about it. Let's share my screen. Here we are. So Senate Bill 381 was sponsored by Senator Dallas Harris. Existing law says that landlords are required to maintain a dwelling unit in a habitable condition at all times during the tenancy of that dwelling. So that's existing law. So basically what law said before this bill passed was that if you are a landlord, if you own a property that you rent out, it is your legal responsibility to make sure that that property is in habitable condition at all times, right? Your responsibility. So what Senate Bill 381 did was it prohibits a landlord from requiring a tenant to pay any fee or other charge for the performance of any repairs, maintenance tasks, or other work for which the landlord has a duty to perform to maintain the habitability of that dwelling. So basically what Senate Bill 381 did was say that if you are a landlord and you're required by law to maintain that property in a livable condition, then you cannot charge the tenants for something you are required to do, right? So basically it said if you are required to maintain that property in a livable condition and something breaks, you cannot charge the tenant to pay for something that you are required by law to do. Basically, if you are a landlord and you have a home warranty on the property and the air conditioner goes out and the tenant calls you and you want to pass down that $70 or $85 service fee that the home warranty charges you to show up and fix the air conditioning unit to your tenant, you can no longer do that. And the reason I thought this was important to share is that I've seen many lease contracts that property managers and investors have, and they all have that deductible in there, right? Saying, hey, tenant, you are required to pay the first $85 of any service charge, or you're required to pay a $50 deductible for any repair or service charge for us having to come out. With Senate Bill 381, you are no longer allowed to do that. You are no longer allowed to pass down that cost for the performance of any repairs or maintenance that you are required by law to do, right? By maintaining that that property in a livable condition. But this bill did provide an exemption. So for example, for landlords or property managers who are required to come out and fix something that was a neglect of the tenant, right? Or it was deliberate or it was negligent on behalf of the tenant. If you are required to go out and pay for something that happened because it was the tenant's negligence or deliberate action that caused something to break, you are not responsible for that. It would still be the responsibility of the tenant, and you could charge the tenant for that. So that's Senate Bill 381 in a nutshell. Not too much to it, but I thought it was important to get the word out since this is something that was common practice in Nevada, to charge a deductible or to have the tenants pay for that service fee that a home warranty might charge. Thought it would be important to share the word with all of my real estate partners who have investors and for my real estate partners who are property managers as well. So stay tuned. I'll be back next week with another important bill that I think we should all know about, something you guys want to be on the lookout for. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me. Again, Sandra Howdigi, your sales executive with WFG.